With all these new products that Apple is releasing right now, the iPhone 16s, the new Apple Watch Series 10, AirPods, it got me thinking about my MacBook. See, I bought this laptop way back when Apple refreshed the MacBook Pro line. I remember I was so excited for the new design, new ports, and even the notch. Fast forward, it's been 3 years and I've had this laptop as my one and only machine. Basically, everything I've done since then has been on this laptop. It got me thinking, is it time to upgrade or is it still everything I need? For some context, this is the 16-inch MacBook Pro that came out in 2021. It has the M1 Max chip, 10-core CPU, 32-core GPU, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 terabyte of internal storage. I'm pretty sure it was a top-of-the-line model back then without having me to upgrade the storage. The majority of work that I do is content creation and running my business. I shoot 4K videos every single day on the Sony FX3, create my videos on Final Cut Pro, the clips are color graded, B-roll is stacked, text effects, and this MacBook handles all of it almost perfectly. I'd say that 90% of the times I have no issues at all. Things are smooth, there's hardly any lag, and editing is easy. It feels like the computer handles it without any hiccups whatsoever. But when I said almost, there are times that the computer slows down. Those are when I'm throwing multiple complex LUTs and color grades, stacking clips, adding sound design, and adding effects to the clips themselves. So for example, like stabilization or motion blur. This is something that doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it definitely is annoying and it definitely does slow things down a little bit. However, honestly, this is not that big of a deal that it requires me to spend thousands of dollars to upgrade to a new laptop. Okay, let's talk about the hardware. After 3 years of taking this laptop pretty much everywhere I go, the body has held up amazing. Aside from some very, very minor scratches, just from a little bit of wear and tear, the body basically looks pretty much brand new. I think that just goes to show you the build quality from Apple. The paint hasn't chipped or scratched, the hinge is still sturdy and hasn't gotten loose, all the ports are still working like day one, and what I'm most happy about is the matte black paint behind the keyboard is literally perfect. This computer has held up amazing in my opinion. The screen is also something that I love to look at. It's bright, it's vibrant, it looks great, and I don't think that Apple updated the screens in the newer MacBooks, so in that department, this is something that I have no complaints in. All the content that I create and consume looks great, and I genuinely love ProMotion. All of my devices now have ProMotion, except for my studio display, but just at 120 Hertz, it just looks great, especially when I'm scrolling through the internet or doing work in Final Cut Pro. I chose to get the 16-inch version, and I don't know if this is something that I regret or I'm happy with. On one hand, the larger screen is great for editing, creating content, making scripts, color grading, basically anything creative. Having that larger canvas is great, but it is a big laptop. It's hard to take around with you, and it does have a large footprint. I'm gonna be fully honest, I think the next time that I do upgrade, I think I'm gonna go with the 14-inch version just so that I have a little bit more portability. And while I'm also being honest, I think the matte black of the new MacBooks looks so good. Let me just touch on some more use cases with this laptop. Editing pictures in Lightroom is no problem whatsoever. I edit hundreds of photos with no letdowns. I put presets on them, adjust them, add masks, you name it, and it handles everything perfectly well. Also, if you like the presets that you see here, I specifically designed these to give that retro vintage style film look to any pictures. I slap these onto pretty much any photo that I take, whether it's shot from my iPhone or my Pro camera. They're in the description below if you want to check them out. They're only like $5, so if you're interested, you know where to find them. Any other work that I do, for example, if it's on Canva making thumbnails or graphic design, if I'm editing pictures on Photoshop, or just doing things in Notion, this handles it completely fine. I think it's important to remember that this laptop almost costed $5,000 when it first came up, so I better handle all these things perfectly. That leaves me with my conclusions. I don't see the need to upgrade my laptop now in the next year or maybe even 2. The only thing that's drawing me to upgrade is the 14-inch form factor and the color of the new laptop, both of which in my opinion are not strong enough factors for me to upgrade my laptop. I've heard rumors that the new M4 MacBooks are coming out in November of 2024, and even then I'm still not inclined to upgrade this anytime soon. For everything I do, my MacBook that I bought in 2021 handles it perfectly fine. The screen's great, the battery life is still solid, the performance is what I need. Do I wish the occasional slowdown didn't happen? Yes. But is it drastically affecting my workflow? No. I wanted to make this video also to answer the question, if you're in the market for a new laptop, do you need to buy the newest one, or can you get by with an older version from a few years ago? The answer is absolutely you can buy an older version from a few years ago. Not only will you be able to get by, but you're gonna be able to do whatever you want in a professional setting. If you're somebody who needs the power of the new chips, you know who you are. But I'd say for a majority of professionals, this computer will get by just fine. So that's been my take on the MacBook Pro from 2021 with the M1 Max chip. If you found this video helpful, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel because it does help me a lot. My name is Aryan. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.